Hey, Inspire Tribe, how's it going? It's Jean Nolan here, and I'm coming to you live today at a different time than expected. It's not going to be a regularly scheduled live stream today at 2 p.m. Central. We just wrapped up an interview with Frank Jacob, a man I honestly knew nothing about up until just a few days ago. A series of very synchronistic events that led up to this, but I want to share a message with you that is so timely and so important, it just couldn't wait any longer. So, over the past weeks, really, maybe months, but weeks, this feeling inside of us for Christine and I has intensified that some very huge, transformational, monumental events are about to take place for humankind, for the whole world. And not to sound apocalyptic or doom and gloomy. That's not what this is about. This is just a deep intuitive feeling that even bigger things than we've seen over the past months and years are about to unfold. But there's the flip side to this, that we are not merely spectators. We're not just watching this unfold. We actually have the greatest influence on those events. But this requires our awareness. And so tomorrow, when the interview with Frank Jacob will air, I, I don't want to say too much because Frank does a really amazing job in taking you on the journey to the information that he's sharing. And what Frank and I are going to talk about mainly is a series of videos that have come out over the past weeks. This is so fresh that no one has even covered it. Frank was the first person I saw cover it. He's a filmmaker that has been in the topics of mind expansion, of consciousness expansion, transhumanism, artificial intelligence, all these things, but also deeply involved in the research of things like Looking Glass, seeing future timelines or parallel timelines. He's going to talk about all of that in the interview. But this series of videos that have come out talk about events that are about to unfold in the next days, weeks, and months and years up until 2030. That's what I'm going to say. If you want to jump the gun and already look into it, you can look for the Guardians of the Looking Glass. However, I encourage you to let Frank take you on a journey because he's really creating a holistic, really well-informed and deeply researched image for you. So you'll have background information and more knowledge to this whole topic. This is breaking. Literally, no one's talking about this, but we think we should talk about it because the events that are being described are as soon as 2 weeks from now. And the whole premise of this is that we can change it, that we can affect it. And this is why this says an urgent call on all light workers, because a time like this is what we've been sent here for, or what we have sent ourselves here for. It's what we created. It's what we wanted to influence and affect and change. I'm telling you this because soul memories are coming up even stronger now. You and I, all of us, we came here to be deep, positive influencers in times as these. And I can tell you there's a desperation, there's a fear, there's a worry in the powers that are crumbling, in these cabal, dark forces. They're really fearful right now because despite all of their propaganda, despite all of their attempts to influence humanity in dark ways, the light is shining brighter than ever. More people than ever are awakening. More people than ever are feeling truth. And even more importantly, more people than ever are taking some kind of inspired action to positively influence it. And this is so important. Listen, the truth is the foundation of freedom. Truth is the foundation of positive change. If we close our eyes, if we ignore what is going on, if we ignore the plans and the ideas that these powers have, then they're going to have a much greater chance of succeeding. And I know that people say, no, you're just feeding that energy. No, listen, these dark things like ritualistic abuse and trafficking and horrific abuse of humanity has been happening for hundreds and thousands of years, hidden from the public eye. So it's been going on, and it didn't require our energy for it to happen. So we can't oversimplify things. We need to become aware. We need to see the truth for what it is. And then we can actually shift in the right ways and quit supporting what enslaves us and start creating and supporting what frees us. So this is really important. But this is a deep call from soul to soul. We really encourage each and every one of you, go into meditation, go into nature, connect deeply, go into this love space inside of you. And what I do is, and this is what the creator calls me to do so often, is I go into this deep meditation. And when I'm in my core and when I'm centered and when I'm balanced, when I'm fully connected, the creator just gives me the hunch to spread that love, and I envision a circle around me, like a plasma circle that's spreading out further and further and further, and it's a field of unconditional love. And everyone who walks into it, if I do a good job, if I really really am deeply focused, I can spread it out for hundreds, thousands of miles around me. Sometimes I manage to envision the whole globe in the circle of love, and everyone who walks into the sphere of influence feels it, whether they acknowledge it or not, or consciously know it. They can just feel this unconditional love. I encourage you to do that as one part of what is important right now. To do this at least once, twice a day, go into this space and spread it. It is hugely impactful and important. As we've seen, you and I, we have no idea how much we can influence, positively influence the world around us by just being a loving being. Also, part of the maturity that we all express as souls here is that we acknowledge the battle that we're in, do not deny it, but also do not pretend that we're too weak to win it. We will, and we are winning it, and we are these lights that are winning it, but it requires a daily showing up. It requires a daily cleaning up of our thoughts and habits, and deprogramming. But this is a crucial time. I'm telling you this, coming out of this interview, coming out from the past couple of days of synchronistic events, of synchronistic messages, such a huge, big signs from everywhere that this is hugely important. So please, I encourage you, I invite you to come back tomorrow to the Inspired channel. Most likely, if nothing major interferes with it, this will air tomorrow morning on the Inspired channel, the Big Frank Jacob interview. And listen, and please come with a centered, open heart, and then become part of the transformative change that is required. We have the power. We just need to acknowledge that we have it. We have the power to change the future. We have the power to finally free ourselves from this suppression energy that can be felt even on the brightest days. It can still be felt because there's still a grid of suppression energy, and we are the ones who can actually transform that grid and lift the world out of this constant fear, worry, darkness. We have the power, and I encourage you to step into that power today and every day, more and more and more and more and more. This is really an urgent call because, as I said, the events are unfolding daily, hourly, strange, unheard of, completely out of the blue events that no one expected, but they're happening around the world. The media is keeping mostly quiet about it. But if you are connected, and thankfully we are very well connected in terms of people send us information that we can later verify. Oh my God, there's so much happening in the world today, things that have never happened before on the scale that have never happened before. There are outages, there are hacks, there are basically, whole governments are actually being taken out. You don't hear about it. It's pretty impressive what we're seeing, what we're feeling, but most importantly, what's happening on a soul level. And you feel it. I know you feel it. I know oftentimes you go out and you feel activated. It's like a part of you has been sleeping and boom, it's activated. It's awake. Listen to this. All of this might seem very illogical. It might not fit the old paradigm of how the world works, but we're in a new paradigm. And the old rules don't apply anymore. The old visions don't apply anymore. The old crap doesn't apply anymore. And so you need to, like Max Egan says, throw yourself to the wind. Literally throw yourself to the wind in the universal ocean of consciousness and ride it. Ride it. You'll see that you can. And ride it on intuition. Ride it on connection with the great creator. Ride it on meditation. Don't ride it on what the world around you wants you to do anymore. Don't ride it on old rules. Um, as you can see, this is coming from a deep place today. So please come back tomorrow. Check out the interview. It's quite a journey that we're going to take you on. And as I said, this is today an impromptu live stream. We're not going to be here at 2 p.m. Central today, just because of so many things unfolding that do require our attention. We will invite you one more time, and we'll continue to invite you. Please join the Uncensored, Unfiltered community, inspired community on Locals. We put the link in the description. Just to make one thing abundantly clear, our move to Locals does not mean we will quit YouTube. It simply means that we're expanding the journey. There are certain things that we need uh, absolute freedom for, to be able to express ourselves freely, which this platform, Locals, gives us. They've promised us. They have their own infrastructures. They have their own servers. They will never censor us. So we're building this community on Locals. And when we say community, it includes you, because it gives you the ability to post. It gives you the ability to communicate with each other within the inspired community on Locals. And that in itself is totally free. It doesn't cost you a dime to download the Locals app, to join the community, to comment and post. It's absolutely free. There is a supporter tier that is not free, that it's $5 a month. Or if you want to save a little, it's $50 a year. And that's where some exclusive content will be shared. Some things where we basically created a little bit of a firewall, and some things are only going to be shared there. We invite you to support our work in this way if you feel inspired. But if that's not what you want to do right now or can do right now, please do join the free member community on Locals. Become part of our inspired community there for uncensored, unfiltered, unapologetically free conversations and expansion. All right, tribe, thank you so much for joining us. Thank you for being here. Thank you for watching, for sending comments, sending emails, being the light in this world. This is the most important thing you can do, for being and shining your beautiful, unique light that only you can shine in that unique way that you have. So no one can imitate this. No one can do it for you. You're the only one who can do it. And you matter to the world. You matter to the future. And you matter deeply to us. Inspire Tribe, we love you. And we'll be here again tomorrow, 2 p.m. Central, right here on the Inspire channel for the next live stream. See you soon.